Work with homeless families. A lot of homeless moms lie to me, and it used to really bother me. And then I went, you know what? They're homeless. They don't have income. They're trying to do something for their kids. If I was in that situation, I might lie too. But to really answer your question, often in youth services, in homeless services, actually the first thing they do is try to evaluate the situation to see if they can bring the child home. Often it's a throwaway. And this year, I mean, you guys have been recovering way better than we have. I was visiting the Nevada Partnership of Homeless Youth, and Nevada is the #2 hotspot in the United States for homelessness, Los Angeles being one, and Nevada. Because of bankruptcies and foreclosures, they got really hit hard. So I'm interviewing them, and I said, what's your biggest crisis? And they said, families downsizing. And I really went, what? Families downsizing? That makes no sense. And so I asked him, and what does that mean? And he says, well, families are moving out, they're losing their 3-bedroom house, going into a 1-bedroom apartment and kicking out their oldest kids. And I can't even imagine that conversation. And it really didn't personalize. See, what InvisiblePeople.tv is it personalized? You're going to remember like you remember Amy, or there's going to be some story that connects with everybody. For me, it was the Aboriginal people in Yellowknife. It just, oh gosh, I want to hug every one of them. That's where the solutions, are found. But it didn't personalize to me until I was in a shelter in Detroit. And I was talking to a young girl, might have been 19, 18 years old, with a baby, and her mom just dropped her off.
Okay, thank you. With my experience with youth that are homeless, when I think about family and homes, I think of safe, loving, nurturing, providing for all your mental and physical needs. And when you talk to youth that are homeless, home is not a safe place. It's a place where there's addictions, where they're abused. It's not a place where the average person, I think, is used to being brought up. It's my pleasure now to introduce you to Sean French. Sean's going to bring forward some questions that we received on Twitter. Sean is the community liaison with Calgary Action Committee. He is actually the person that has orchestrated all of this that has happened behind the scenes. So, Sean, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay. Thank you. A couple of questions are coming in from Twitter, as this is live fed across the country. And I think you know Anne-Marie Batten. She's sent you a question, Mark. And she asked if there's any obvious gaps in service provision that you noted between the provinces and that could assist all the provinces in getting together to solve homelessness.
Well, that's a big one. And again, I cannot, in my little limited time that I was here, the first one that comes to mind is obviously some provinces, youth are 18, some are 19. So they actually, if I time out in a province that's 18, the kids will go over to a 19. So they get another year of service. Those are, I don't know how to fix any of those. Besides what was listed here, and through the stories of the homeless people themselves, those are the obvious ones. And again, the best thing to do is listen to the homeless people in your community. They know what's going on. They know the solutions.
A blogger called Canadian asks, what do people who are in the midst of homelessness think about homeless services in Canada?
I saw him tweet that, actually.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, well, it is. And again, it's a tough one because hurting people hurt people. And when people are on the streets, you can't often, please them. And anybody that's out homeless is going to be upset that they're out there. And, I didn't take a poll to say if they liked Obama or not. So, you know what I mean? I really don't really have a good answer for that.
One last one. Graham, the blogger in Winnipeg, Progressive Winnipeg,
Yeah.
had a good show there. He wanted to know what you noticed throughout Canada in terms of policies affecting homelessness and how we can help the politicians to actually help for solutions.
Well, support the Canadian Alliance to End Homelessness. I mean, that's an obvious one. That's really what this is all about, and let's make those 10-year plans work, adopt them in your community, support them. I mean, each one is going to be a little different, and let's make it work.
And the last one I have, it's not really a question, it's just Mark, for traveling right across Canada to meet our homeless people. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So just in closing, I'd like to thank you, everyone that's watching across the nation and throughout North America, and thank everyone that's in the room that has come. Mark is going to be available to the media following the event, and I would just encourage you, as well as Mark has said, to join the national movement to end homelessness by going to endinghomelessness.ca. Thank you very much.